Hey everybody, welcome back again to Monday Night Inking. Going to be working on these animals this evening. Let's see. I got the most votes on the angry rabbit face, so we're going to be working on that shortly, but I'm going to give people a chance to start arriving. Wheeler's here. Andrew's here. Good. Smartjaw, hello. Got a bunch of people jumping right in. Let's see. Look for the elbow there. With anthropomorphic characters in particular, you want to be choosy about where you show fur. Because too much, it's not going to read as relatable. But too little, obviously, is also not good. Then you don't get the animal impression. So you want to sort of find an in-between. Elisa Flynn! What an honor. All the cool people tonight. All right, well, we got a couple people in. Let me just finish this arm here, or just finish this line here, and then we'll start on the face that everyone voted for. Let the fur be where there's sort of sharp corners on the body there. And this is the male character, so you want to do them a little more, aggressively. Have some sharper corners and maybe more fur tufts. And now I'm overdoing already. Okay, I'll start over here. Okay. Clean up a little. You probably can't see this, but it is a little bit smudged around here, so let me clean this right up. Light enough ink smudges erase away pretty well. Elise says it's a holiday, you should be holidaying. And Wheeler says she's a work addict, LOL. You are both correct. But I will have you know, it is not very pleasant here right now. Today it got cold, and my window is actually closed, which is why you're not hearing loud motorcycles. But, on the other hand, there is also loud ghost wind now wailing around the outside of the apartment. Let's see. Wheeler says you can hear the wind and it sounds cool. It'll sound cool in the middle of the night when I'm trying to sleep and it sounds like Wuthering Heights in here. Now, one thing fur is really good for is high emotion like this. Then it can really be used to sort of punch up the freneticism of the expression. Banshees. Yes, I'm surrounded by banshees. I think that rabbit needs a Snickers. Well, I don't even have a comeback for that one. Hold on, Wheeler says, oh, I haven't read that in a couple decades. I should find that. Got my Walden books to reread. Yeah, Wuthering Heights is a very depressing book about domestic abuse. That's all it really is. I like it, but it has this reputation of being like sort of a Austinian romance, and it is really not. It's about barely functional people trying to destroy each other. little bit of rendering here on the brow ridge. That's good. Let's get this while I'm here. Jaw stretch enough, you're going to get some skull changes there. So when will the moles, rabbits, and badgers be fighting? Well, good accumulation so far. There are actually quite a few other characters. We're not even to the protagonist yet. These are just all side characters for populating the space. They are never going to fight each other, that I know of. I mean, granted, I haven't read the entire script yet. I don't know if these guys are going to be doing any fighting at all. But we shall see. I guess you'll have to just wait and find out, huh? Let's go this way. Kind of a very specific nostril flare there for rage. Oh, the suspense. Well, everything is COVID slow now, unfortunately. I have a lot of pre-pro to do on these. And the unfortunate thing is pre-pro doesn't pay. So it's got to be slow. Go, coming along. I don't know if you got to see, you're seeing it properly level. So far I have the awkward teen and the dorky little fat baby. And some progress on the cool parents here. Let's see. Wheeler says, not sure if you follow Alex Pardee, but he designed 2020 shirts saying the best year ever, made the world into a person throwing up. Yeah, pretty much. Andrew says, I should draw today because I haven't in maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, go do it. Go and do the thing. One of my semesters in college, because I planned badly, I had to take a full load of art history classes and no comic classes. So basically I went, well, they were quarters. So I believe they were 3-month courses. Sorry, I keep hitting the phone there. I basically had to go 3 months without drawing. It had an interesting effect, actually. It had a net positive effect. Like, my style refreshed, but it was a weird, very weird time. Wheeler says, Andrew, draw, and then we can watch you. That'd be so nice. Yeah, totally. Hop on live anytime you want. It's amazing what people will watch. That sounded condescending towards you. I'm sorry. Just in general. People would even watch this drivel. No. Yeah, I think live streams are particularly popular right now, I think, with so many people quarantining. Amma Jafari says hello. Hello to you too. Welcome back. Let's see, which way did the teeth render? Is it down from the top? I think it's down from the top. I'm going to try that. Not too much. I don't want it like gross or anything, but they do need a little bit of texture. Not just 6 p.m. on Mondays. Andrew says, nah, I get it, LOL. Thank you. Always be putting my foot in my mouth. There we go. Wheeler says, Claire, I have a serious question. I don't think I believe this, sir. You're going to have to prove it. What you got? The tongue expression is very important for yelling. What do you think about schools cutting back on art classes? I mean, that's nothing new, really, is it? Unfortunately. I don't honestly have a huge issue with it. And I only say that because I know if you're genuinely interested in art, you find your own way to it. And I know a lot of people get exposed to art for the first time in school. And maybe some people won't get that. And granted, that is tragic. But at the same time, I don't think if anyone genuinely wants to pursue art, a lack of being exposed to it is going to truly stop them. They're going to know. It's in your nature if you have that inclination. Obviously, I think it would be great if everyone had... All right, looks like we're back on. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's one of those things you can't really control, unfortunately. It shouldn't be happening, but it's reality. But real artists aren't going to be stopped by that. If that makes sense. Again. Okay. Sorry, I got a phone call. I got a spam call. I've been getting a ton of those. I paused the stream. I think I'm back now. I think I might not have been supposed to fill that in. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not good at answering those things sort of on the spot, but I'm pretty sure that's my opinion on it. So I render this. There we go. Andrew says, I agree, especially with there being a massive amount of artists sharing experience online for free. Yeah, or even even things like Skillshare, just like it's not a ton of money. If you actually want to do it, you're going to find a way. Do that under here. There we go. Let's see. Wheeler says, for the local Comic-Cons, I get there for the artists and writers. I haven't really bought many comics. Yeah, I mean, everyone goes for different things. No shade there. Oh, Brookings joined. Hello, Brookings. Always good to see you in here. outside here. Gotta keep that containment line big, which can be tricky with fur. Okay, coming along. Let me finish filling this in and see how that looks. Let's see, Wheeler says, even though he's facing a different way, the light source is the same as the others. Let me see. Yeah, it is actually pretty much the same. Good catch there. I generally tend to keep it fairly the same out of habit, just from doing pages. Andrew says, I admit my drawing time only got cut down because I've been reading a lot of comics, so I could make a list. Hey, that's a pretty good excuse. Unfortunately, reading a lot of comics would cut down my drawing time too, and then I would not be bringing home the bacon. Artist Mike Pickett joined. Did I read that right? Mike Pickett? Yes. Hello and welcome. There's so many expressions where the other eye basically doesn't show at all, like even in humans. So in characters with large noses, like animals, anthropomorphic characters, you often go long stretches without seeing the other eye. Go. Sanson Art joined. Welcome. Do a little bit of rendering up here, just sort of more to have that angry haze. Yeah. All right, get some brow action here. Angry eyebrows. Go a little heavier there, that's good. All right, let me go ahead and commit to this eyeball. Gonna hold my breath here for a second. Okay. Okay, and once more. Okay, got that. Were you just holding your breath while drawing? Yes. Yeah, that's definitely something you do with a very sensitive line like that. That's easy to mess up, especially the eye is so small. If you mess it up, there's a lot of places that you can easily fix with white, but if it gets to be a small enough, sensitive enough area, you just want to avoid mistakes as much as possible. So yeah, there's a number of instances where I'll hold my breath, and that's not unusual. That's pretty trade standard, as I understand it. You just sort of reduce all movement in your surroundings. Let's get these ears. The ears, the ears are such a problem. I had to cut them out of these faces. It's just like, yeah, you understand. There's ears. Whatever. It's not part of the expression. Don't look at me. Oof, that was not a good line. That was a little better. Wheeler says, so these are for a person or a comic being done? So these are, this is basically the pitch materials. When you are presenting a comic, when you're pitching a comic for sale, for pickup by a publisher, you have to, present your story, put it all together in a package, make it as appealing as possible. So these are some of the samples we would include in the pitch. This is for something Elliot and I are trying to do. Elliot Rahal from of Midnight Vista, rather, that we worked on Midnight Vista together. So this is something we're trying to pitch next. Should be fun. Let's see. So we're close enough to this eye. I am going to do some of that eye rendering. Very small. The highlight's going to be there, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm going to let that dry all the way before I pop the highlight on it to sort of complete that look. Let me give a little more sort of snarl energy to the nose there. Look at these ear renderings here. So just zip that through there. That's going to be black. Let's see. Could bump this up. Oh, that was... I have rendering under the cheekbone here? I think I do. Look at those pencils. Yeah, I did. Okay. Sometimes I can't tell what information I left for myself. Okay, there's that. Oh, and I have the jaw shadow. Go. Maybe a little more on that side of the throat. There. That makes sense. Artist Mike says, how much would you typically charge for an 11 by 17 piece? Something simple like one character. So I have figured out that my pricing is based pretty much on the size of the page. So anything 11 by 14 or higher is at least $100. Smaller than that is very negotiable. But my typical page size is 11 by 14, which is this page, by the way. I work a little bit smaller than the standard size, 11 by 17. I do 11 by 17 commissions sometimes, but again, those tend to be much more pricey. Just because it's a lot of space to fill. Even if, like you say, it's a simpler piece, like a single character. That's fine, and I appreciate that, but it's going to start at 100 just for the size of the page. But you can always get something smaller than that for much cheaper. Let's see. Okay, I think, actually, let me make sure we are far enough into dry on the eye here before I move into highlighting it. So I'm going to take the extra time to fill in the ear as I then immediately start doing something else. Bear with me. Okay. Wait, nope. Or this. This needs to be heavier. There we go. Okay. Fill in the ear with my zebra. Andrew says, I was thinking of commissioning a piece from you, but I'm having trouble deciding between two characters, LOL. I mean, dude, there's worse problems to have in there. Do you want us to vote on them to help you out? Oh, on Andrew's characters? I was like, y'all just already voted on these. All right, break out my Posca. Pop the highlight in the eye. It's going to be awesome. I love eye highlights. They add so much life. There. Look at that. Nice. Let's see. What else do I need to do on this guy? I gotta step back and think about it. Oh gosh, it's voting season. Let's vote on everything. I say next stream we vote if Clara speaks only in Pig, Latin, or English. That would probably be some external circumstances if that were voted, if that vote passed. Or I would just not speak. Have that option too. You can't make me. You know, it would be even harder, Wheeler, if we voted for you to only type in Pig Latin, which sounds like a much greater challenge. Let's see, what was I doing? I was doing something. I was thinking there was one other thing I wanted to tweak. I need to go around the highlight. A little bit in here. I think it's pretty good. Maybe a little more of an edge around here. As the lip sort of curls around. Without it looking like a jaunty mustache. No, let's not do that. Well, there you go. Feelings mutual. Okay. Put around this. Make it feel complete there. Let's see. Andrew says, I was thinking either Swamp Thing because of Bernie Wrightson, good choice, or the Reaper from Hellboy 2 because of Del Toro. Oh, you mean the Angel of Death character, the Doug Jones character? Either of those would be super cool. I saw, if you remember when Del Toro's exhibit was on tour, I got to see that in Minneapolis, and I saw that costume for the Angel of Death character, and it was so beautiful. I saw so many of the costumes Doug Jones wore. Swamp Thing versus Reaper in a Mortal Kombat stance. What goes on in your head? Artist Mike Pickett says go with the Reaper. Yeah, I'm kind of inclined. It's a very beautiful design with all the eyes on the wings and everything. All right. That is mostly done. I need to wait for that little corner of the eye to dry so I can go back around and correct the eyeball line, basically, if that makes sense. But I'm going to hop over here, and my phone keeps falling asleep. It lasts like half a stream, and then it starts falling asleep. And I even changed the lock screen to never lock automatically. I can only lock it manually now, and it still falls asleep during the stream. Wheeler says, still can't believe Doug Jones kisses my head when I met him. I understand he does stuff like that. One of my sisters met him, and she had him write me a note, which I have around here somewhere. He said a quote from Hellboy 2. She said, I was her sister, and I was in comics, and I was a fan of his. And he wrote, all us freaks have is each other, which is from Hellboy 2, and I was very moved by it. Yeah, I've heard he's a hands-on kind of guy, in a nice way. So I might be wrapping this up soon, but I'm going to keep working on this dress for a little bit here. He was awesome. Talked about Pan's Labyrinth Fawn for 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of his best. The Thin Man is pretty good, too. The guy with the eyes in his hands from Pan's Labyrinth. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, his performance is just always so good. Let's see. Brian, you just blew something up? I think I just blew up something. Do you mean like literally? What's happening? I'm imagining you in like a lab coat in like an evil scientist's lair, trying to watch a live stream while you're mixing chemicals and it all goes wrong. Well, let us know if you're still alive and stuff. Okay, this is going to be very delicate. Going to be breath holding again. Okay. Like Scott Baio and Zapped. Gotta get her very fancy eyes just right. She's fancy. There were a lot of hearts because I was holding my phone all goofy putting away groceries. So I really love what you're doing. Oh. You hit the heart reaction. Gotcha. That's funny. Half the time I don't see those right away. It's weird. When you do multiple characters, do you prefer drawing I just got so distracted. Hold on. So I really love what you're doing. Great. Scott gave me pink eye. All right. Okay. Real question. When you do multiple characters, do you prefer drawing older to younger, vice versa, or it doesn't matter? I mean, I so rarely do like an age lineup like this anyway. I don't really have a specific approach. Honestly, normally what I try to do is I just work right to left because I'm left-handed and there's less smearing that way. That's really about it. Like when I did these, I think I did this one, then 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 this one. And these, I think I did this one, probably this one, this one. So, yeah, I mean, this isn't a comics page either, so it doesn't really matter what order I do them in anyway. It doesn't necessarily matter on a comics page either. Sometimes I think it's helpful to the story progression to draw them in order, and sometimes I think it doesn't really matter. So, it depends. But that is a good question. Artist Mike says, I think I want the Reaper commission now. That would be nice. All right, I'll just dash it off right now. I'll do that elaborate character in the next half hour. I am looking forward to it, though. That sounds fun. All right, I do this forehead render without losing the jewel. There on the forehead, okay. Let's do that. Tiny, delicate cord. Around there. Coming up with different types of like headdresses that animals could wear was also fun. Robert D joined. Hello. All right, let's see. Get the ear render in there. There we are. Thoughts on Bill and Ted Face the Music? I mean, I really found it delightful. I usually don't have my full opinion until a few days later. And I was very pessimistic when I heard that they were making it, but I was actually quite pleasantly surprised. I think it was very fun and very pleasant. And it wrapped the franchise up nicely. It felt like a good send-off for all the characters. It didn't really feel pandery at all. I think it worked well. Andrew says, yeah, I based both those choices off what would I like / what is something I'm sure Clara would like drawing. Oh, well, that's sweet of you. Definitely good if we can find something satisfactory to both of us. Come on, phone. Work with me here. It works for the first half. I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of pissed right now because I thought I solved it by changing that setting. Let's see. This is going to be sort of feather in a shadow here. There we go. If I want any more weight around the mouth, that can change the expression. That's still okay. I'll put a little more fullness at the end. There we go. It's the little things. All right, let's get that eyeball in there. Okay, other one. Barely shows over there, but still. Andrew, I should mention I have an art dealer now. We're in the process of getting me set up on the website, so that will change a bit the approach to how I take commissions, but I'm sure we can still work something out just fine. You just technically have to go through them. They have a bit of exclusivity now, but it shouldn't really change anything. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, no problem. Sure, I mean, request all you want. Although I do co-streams sometimes. Those are fun. We're both drawing, talking about art, different things like that. A little bit of fur there. That looks nice. Let's get the... I love how dorky this little one is. We were all that age once. House 8! Good to see ya. Oh, don't be sorry. That's fine. Everyone's got lives. Goodness knows I miss half the live streams I want to see. Jedi Rabbit, yeah. Yeah, you must provide us with a shrubbery. Oh. Can always count on you guys for the nerd jokes. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Is that right? No, that's not right. There are two people Two kinds of people in the world, those who love Monty Python and those who are wrong. Let's say I agree with you on that point. There's some fabric drapery there. I gotta clean that up. It needs to not be there. That shadow is in completely the wrong place based on how a leg do. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I did this face. Get rid of that. That's not going to erase out. I did this face. And a lot of this lady. And you all were wonderful as always. Thank you for stopping by. I will post this if Instagram so permits me. And I will see you all next Monday.